Well, I'm in the Helsinki airport and it kind of feels like a ghost town. It's really big and vast, but also quite empty. And I'm trying to find where I'm going for the transfer and for the lounge. The signage is not super clear, but I'm just kind of following the numbers indicated by where my gate is supposed to be and hoping that at some point then I will come across the lounge because it's just about, I think, 10:30. So I have an hour and a half or a little bit more before the boarding of my next flight to Bangkok. Alright, well, I'm still walking around trying to find my gate because the Finnair business class lounge is somewhere near that gate, it says. And now I'm actually walking through a really nice, lovely area of this airport, but again, it is a total ghost town. It's crazy. I don't know, is it because it's 10:30 or because we're in Helsinki and there's just like no people coming to Helsinki? I don't know. But we are going to try to find this lounge. And I was also trying to find some Panadol or Tylenol or something, or some Sudafed, because I'm so congested and it's really annoying. I don't think that I'm like seriously sick. I was a little bit under the weather the last 4 days, but right now it's just a runny nose. So I just had to go through the passport immigration control because I didn't actually think that Finland was part of the EU, but in any case, this is my leaving Europe to go to Asia. So they didn't do any passport control in Amsterdam, so they did here in Helsinki. And now I am through that, so still headed towards the gate and towards the lounge and should have an hour. I really hope that the lounge is nice. I'm hoping that it has showers. I just need a refresher. So I made it to the lounge. My impressions are that it is really modern and very spacious. Not many people here as it's 11 p.m. and actually the lounge is going to close in an hour. But I went and I had a shower, a very modern system where it's like a touch screen where you reserve your spot. But again, not many people here, didn't have to wait for a shower. So just quickly refreshed myself and actually also had a chance to pamper myself using all of the Soho House products that were given to me in Amsterdam with my room. And so now I'm feeling pretty alive again. Not that I've done too much today. It's been a very easy travel day other than, again, just a little bit of drama at the Amsterdam airport, but can't complain with how quickly I got through security versus everybody else not flying in business class. So I actually have no idea how long the flight is to Bangkok from here, but I think it's ridiculously long, probably like 12 hours. I want to say at least 12 or 13 hours. So my plan is to show you guys a little bit, I mean, once I get on the plane, the seat and all of that, but I think that I am going to try to sleep as much as possible. And I'm still probably not going to drink very much alcohol, even though I always get tempted in these airport lounges, especially here. There's a beautiful cocktail bar with a, what do you call them, a mixologist? No, a bar, that's far too pretentious to say. A bartender is there making drinks. And yeah, I mean, I would love to have a cocktail, I would love to have a glass of champagne or something, but with how congested I feel, and again, I wasn't able to find a pharmacy that was selling any nasal I mean, I actually wasn't able to find a pharmacy, period, point blank. There was no pharmacy that was open that I passed through this airport. So, all that being said, I feel like my health is really a priority right now, so I just had a carrot soup and a glass of water, which is like not the most exciting thing by far in the world, but the hot buffet options are not too many anyway at this hour, and really they're just winding down to close up in about an hour's time. So I'm going to go look around a little bit more in this lounge because I saw there were some great individual work spaces that have a bit more privacy, and the area that I'm sitting in right now is more kind of the dining area because the buffet is right over here. And I'm not that hungry at the moment, and also I know that once I get on the plane, they're probably going to do a full dinner service, so may as well wait for that. And in the meantime, let's go take a look around the lounge some more. So I'm here in the back of the lounge where you have these more private seating areas. Again, not many people here. And one thing that I want to say is I feel like I'm always contradicting myself because I had said that I was not going to drink, but then I remembered what's really good when you have a cold? Brandy. That was what my friends in India would tell me because every time I go to India, I would get sick and they would say, have a brandy. Indians love to drink, by the way, but they don't have brandy here. However, they do have cognac, which may or may not be the same thing. Actually, I don't know, but I hope that it has similar properties for antiviral and clearing up a congested nose. Cheers. Oof. Definitely opens up the sinuses. Wow. Here we are on the flight now to Bangkok. This is also an A350 on Finnair, but this is the quote-unquote older configuration of their business class, which has the traditional seat that reclines and goes into a lie flat seat. Comparing to the flight that I was just on from Amsterdam on the new type of seat that's like a sofa, this definitely feels more compact and also less private. The other seat, basically, even though it didn't have a door, it kind of shielded you. And this has a lot more aisle access. For example, I can see if there are people there, I would see them and people could see me. So it's certainly a nice business class. It's very minimalist, very, stylish in its way. But when you compare it to what I've been experiencing recently on Qatar Airways or even compared at times to Singapore, it is not as magnificent. But let me show you around the seat. So over here we have the control panel and the power outlets with a USB, a power, all of the seat controls here to recline and lie flat. There is a little Marimekko travel kit, but it looks like it's pretty meager. And one of the interesting things, I guess, about this seat is look at where the TV is. So I'm pretty sure this pulls out at some point. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out. I think that it would like come over this way. And here in the foot space, this is the area for the feet when you get into a bed, and you have some underneath there storage as well where the blanket is currently. And here we have a place for a bottle of water, tray table over here. Those are the main features of the seat that I'm seeing. Over here as well we have the armrest, which I think probably comes up, and then let's see, I don't know what's, a little bit more storage in here for the headset. This could potentially be a very hazardous setup for my camera if it were to fall back onto the passenger right in front of me, but let's hope that doesn't happen. Why don't we discover the menu together? So after takeoff, we have cold plates, corn puree with edamame and fava beans. That actually could sound good or maybe not. And then an herb tartlet with shredded chicken and mustard seeds. That sounds better to me. Actually, you get both. You don't have to choose. And then warm plates, one of 3 options. Braised beef, lightly smoked rainbow trout. I think that's what I already ordered, actually. I'm pretty sure that I ordered my food prior to this flight. And then a fried wok vegetables, desserts, and then a quite nice beverage menu with Joseph Perrier Cuvée champagne, white wine, red wine, dessert wine, spirits, cocktails, etc. So, nice, crisp white menu. Let's also discover what is in this Marimekko amenity kit. Honestly, it's looking pretty meager, as I said before. So inside we have an eye mask and lip balm and earplugs, always very handy. And then I think, what is this? A toothbrush? Okay, and also a toothbrush, which is interesting because usually I've noticed that a lot of these flights have the toothbrushes and the razors in the bathroom. So I will also show you at some point the bathroom here just to see kind of what it's like. I'm not expecting anything magnificent. I'm not expecting a rainfall shower in the bathroom. So Anyway, welcome to this flight. I just heard it will be about 11 to 12 hours to Bangkok. I'm a bit curious about what our flight path is actually, because being that we are adjacent to Russia, are we allowed to fly into Russian airspace? I guess we have to in order to get to Thailand. I can't imagine how they could possibly go around that. So I'm just having a glass of water, which is served in this beautiful, like crystal-esque glass. And by the way, I found out a little piece of information. I was curious, what's the difference between cognac and brandy, since I said I was going to have brandy to kind of clear my congestion. And I found out that all cognac is brandy, but not all brandy is cognac, because cognac is from the region in France and it is more special. So good that I had the right intuition to have that cognac when I could not just find a bottle that said brandy on it. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to be drinking too much more this flight. We'll have the dinner service, we'll show you the bathroom, and then I am hoping to sleep for at least 6 to 8 hours, being optimistic, and then wake up, have breakfast, and be in Thailand by the afternoon. We're supposed to land around 4 p.m. and hopefully smooth sailing.
Asia selvä. Sitä riittää varmasti. Topsista.
Thank you. So the meal service has just begun. We're about 1 hour into this flight, and I had pre-ordered my meal, which was a fish type of dish, and it actually looks really lovely, the presentation, and she spread on fresh parsley before she served it to me. I'm also trying the Finnair signature blueberry drink, which is quite refreshing and nice. Again, really just trying to be as healthy as possible, and then I think that I'm going to take a pill and try to sleep. The only thing is that this seat is actually very narrow. Moreover, even though this flight is over 10 hours, there's not a mattress pad that they put on the seat, so it's a little bit hard. It's not super comfortable. I did ask for an extra pillow and an extra blanket so that I can try to just be as comfortable as possible and get as much sleep, and that's the plan. So I'm gonna dig into this food, which looks delightful, and it's now 1 a.m. local time, so really wanting to go to sleep very soon. As promised, here is the little bathroom tour. Not much to see. Interesting that there is a window here at the toilet, and then just behind is a full-length mirror, but nothing special. I'm gonna brush my teeth, take a pill, go to sleep, and hopefully see you in about 8 hours. I cannot believe it. I just woke up and jokingly I saw the stewardess and I said, "Are we in Bangkok yet?" And she said, "Just 2 hours." That means that I actually got 8 hours of rest on this plane. Thank you, Klonopin, because the bed itself was quite uncomfortable. A very narrow bed, no mattress pad, so very stiff, not the way that I like to sleep, but nonetheless, I mean, I slept for 8 hours. That's almost unheard of for me. Also, I think it had to do with just the timing of the plane, the fact that we were sort of still following my circadian rhythm, that we left when my body felt like it was 12 or 1 a.m., so already I was tired. Then with the sleeping pill, just completely out of it. So now we only have 2 hours left until we reach Bangkok, and the breakfast service is just about to begin. That's why they've turned on the lights again in the plane. These roughly 2 hours should go pretty quickly. Obviously, you can hear my voice. I'm in desperate need of some water and some coffee to rehydrate. But my immediate sensation is I'm feeling better. I'm not feeling so congested. So fingers crossed that worst part is behind me. And yeah, I'm really glad. Honestly, I was not expecting to sleep so much because this is one of the less comfortable business class flights I've been on. I never want to complain when I'm in business class because I know how much of a privilege it is, but just in general, it lacks a little bit of the comfort and, you know, the space that you would have on an Asian carrier or like a Qatar Airways. Again, maybe I'm getting spoiled now because I'm flying so much in business class, but I'm really able to tell the difference between the airline offerings. So, nonetheless, very happy to have slept so much. Very happy to be in Bangkok in only 2 hours, getting some breakfast, and what more to say? Nothing more to say until I get something to drink so I don't sound like I have a frog in my throat. And here we have the breakfast service. I didn't realize, I don't think that I had the option to pre-order a breakfast that did not have this pork chorizo. I don't eat beef or pork, so I'm just going to eat around it, but the rest is a scrambled egg, hash brown, some fresh fruit, croissant that she just passed out. Looks like a little cheese plate, not going to eat that either. Yogurt, I don't know what this is. Muesli, okay. And also just waiting for some orange juice and some coffee. Wow, you guys, I look rough. However, we are reaching the end of this long flight. We're only 45 minutes until landing in Bangkok. So I want to thank you for following along on this trip with me. It's always a pleasure to share this experience, and I am so glad that I got 8 hours of sleep, so I'm going to arrive in Bangkok nice and refreshed. I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy these kinds of travel videos and more content about my digital nomad lifestyle. So until the next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you later.
Tervetuloa Bangkokiin. Pyydämme teitä pitämään turvavia vielä kiinni, kunnes lentokalu on saavutettu. Varoittelen, ettei tavaroita pääse putoamaan.